As you breathe also, perhaps noticing in the air any lingering smells, smells of the city or fresh flowers, food, or any other lingering smells in the air. Continuing to breathe, noticing any tastes on your tongue, lingering from earlier in the day or landing on your tongue from around you. You might raise or open your eyes, noticing the objects, shapes, colors, and spaces around you. As well as noticing sensations, temperature of the air, the texture of your clothing, smooth or rough against your skin. Aware of the places where your body makes contact with the chair underneath you or the floor. As well as perhaps noticing any deeper sensations in your body that might be sharing emotional information. And from there, we'll step away from S for senses and sensations and starting to get curious about E for emotions. What emotions are present in this moment? Curiosity or boredom? Frustration or relief? Sadness, joy, anger, disgust, just welcoming each emotion as visitors at your guest house, as the poet might say. Arriving and eventually disappearing. Just watching each emotion as it rises in the body and mind and eventually fades away. And turning away from E for emotions and toward A for actions. What actions, what impulses, what urges are here in this moment based on your senses and emotions? I want to write this down. This is great. I want to check my phone. This is boring. I need to study. I need to keep doing this. Just noticing what are the actions, the impulses, the urges that are here in this moment. Perhaps feeling those in your body. And then turning from actions now, lastly, to thoughts. What thoughts are present in this moment? Judgments. Watching your brain as it unspools with thoughts, with plans, grocery lists, study plans. Judgments. This is great. This is terrible. Thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future, just again, welcoming and watching all of them rise and eventually pass. Taking some time just to be with yourself, checking in perhaps once more through each of these senses and sensations. E for emotions. A for actions and impulses. And T for thoughts. And you can let the practice fade and take your awareness off the leash, let it wander a little bit more. So that this practice is one that allows us to come right into the moment to really be aware of what's happening in our experience. I encourage you to practice this. Challenging moments at joyful moments. Before and after difficult or fun events, as you look back on different moments, as you look ahead to different moments, how do you perceive them? How do you work with them? How do you know that they're happening? In terms of your 5 senses and sensations, in terms of the emotions, in terms of the impulses, and in terms of the thoughts that arise in each moment. You might write a little bit about this to get it out of your head a little bit, maybe before a challenge or a task at hand. What is happening? Let me just write down quickly senses and sensations, emotions, actions, and thoughts. It might become a way you look back on a situation. Whether it's a success and something that went well, what were the sensations, the emotions, the actions, and the thoughts that I took? Or whether it was a challenge or a disappointment, a mistake even. What was happening in terms of my senses, sensations, emotions, actions, and thoughts? These ways we get to know ourselves better, our habits of mind, our behaviors, our emotion patterns, anticipate them even before they arise, situation to situation, and respond accordingly rather than react in a way that might not be so helpful for us. So continuing throughout your day, perhaps finding a time or a few times a day when you take a seat and you check in with these 4 elements of your experience.